talk to you fellas about. Now, there was an article that I read. It's Sofia Vergara, 52-year-old Colombian actress, right? Been on Modern Family, and the movie The Brothers. I mean, she was a hot piece of, you know what, man, back in the day, back 20 years ago, right? And I was telling my brother Rich, look, man, you think she's hot? Go on down, get your passport and go on down there to Colombia. You're going to see thousands of Sofia Vergara's running around. And that's why those brothers are losing that goddamn money. Passport brothers fucked it up. Because now they got Instagram. The bitches down there, they got Instagram, YouTube. So they know when a brother is going down there, why that brother is down there. Hell, Keith Sweat was actually down there. And they didn't know who he mentioned, man, I like it down here because nobody knows I'm a celebrity. That's right, they don't know who he is. But he went down there and he had a good goddamn time. Okay? But let me just tell you about this bitch, man. This bitch said her net worth is estimated at $150 million, right? But she will never date anybody that doesn't make more than her. Her net worth is not as high as her. And keep in mind, this is a 52-year-old woman. Now, she's an old woman. She's an old bitch. Now I'm saying to myself, okay, that sounds fair. She's a celebrity. She's an A-list celebrity, a B-list celebrity that has a lot of money on her hands. Of course, she's going to go after the multi-millionaire, the billionaires. The billionaires are checking for her. Okay? They're checking for her, but they ain't marrying her. So they'll go on dates with her, but they ain't marrying that bitch. She won't even settle for somebody that has a net worth of $50 million. What the fuck? What the fuck? What are we gonna do? We're gonna take somebody's gonna marry her for her money? Yeah. That's the way it is. You gotta pay to play, baby. When you're making your own money, you got to pay to play. But that kind of tells you something, fellas, about hypergamy. Women are naturally adept to hypergamy. All right? And that's something I learned a long time ago. Even if, like I said, it could be even low level. A woman that makes a lot of money, who's a doctor, she ain't gonna marry somebody that works at Walmart, pushing shopping carts for a living. Are you crazy? And let's talk about, and let me go ahead and talk about Dr. Umar's flawed analysis. Well, his flawed thinking about interracial marriages. Because not a lot of white folks have money like that. All right. So I'm just gonna bust his bubble, right? Yeah. A lot of these pro athletes that get that contract, like that goofy Travis Hunter. I'm going to talk about him in a minute. I've been meaning to talk about him. I wanted to talk about him in the last live stream. I just slipped my mind. I just had a brain fart. All right, that happens. So I'm going to talk about that. That's why I restarted the live. I'm going to talk about that goofy. But a lot of these pro athletes, the women that they get are 9 10s or 8 9s and 10s, right? But they are groupies. They're in that circle, all right? You know, a lot of them just want to just fuck an athlete and get some money out of him, get a few $1,000s out of him, and poof, be gone. But a lot of these niggas be falling in love with. They like sucker for love, man. I'm just a sucker for your love. Sucker for love. Sucker for not knowing that there's a Brittany Renner running around, and that bitch Anthony Edwards who had to prepay his child support on that bitch. Okay? 18 years of child support prepaid in advance, and said, get the fuck out my face. And that was an old bitch trying to get the bag. See, they usually have they're 8s, 9s, and 10s, but they usually are strags. Alright? And you wonder why these pro athletes, they're not with doctors or lawyers or whatever, because they're too stupid to be with these women. All they know is basketball. All they know is football. All they know is baseball. You're not gonna see a rich pro athlete with a professional woman. I'm sorry. That rarely happens. Unless they college sweethearts and they just decide to get married, like Saquon Barkley. Because I know she has a degree in MRS. Or she's one of those women that get a degree in MRS. You know, go to college, get a degree, and find a man. That's what white women do. Okay? Black women don't do that shit. Caucasian women, the snow bunnies, they go to college, find a man to marry. And that's it. Have children, raise their children. Hell, I talk to white men in the bar, and they tell me the only reason why they married that woman that he's with, is because he wanted to have children. You can learn a lot from drunk white folks, man. I just sit there and listen to this shit. I don't say a damn thing, man. I just sit there and listen. Keep your ears open and your mouth shut when you're in their spaces. Because they see me as a man. And I don't take offense to it. I mean, hell, I'm just there having a beer and watching sports. Especially when I go down south. But let me just say this, man, about Sofia Vergara, right? She's about hypergamy. Okay? I don't know what the bitch is looking for in a man. And I know the first thing is whenever a woman says something like that, they're usually hypergamous. They don't want a man that has less than her. And you can't really, and it's hypergamous by nature. You may say it's not wrong, it's wrong, but there's a lot of broke dudes out there in this world. There's a lot of broke, lazy dudes. All right? There's a lot of lazy dudes, like myself. I ain't gonna lie, the last 20 years, I was lazy. I was. And that's not the attitude you should have. You should never have a lazy attitude. Laziness will have you homeless. And I did not want to be homeless. I don't want to be homeless now, nor in the future. So you better get your shit together right now. Get out of that lazy mentality. But that's how she sees the men that doesn't have more than her. They see them as lazy. Or she sees them as less than being a man. Because they're gonna freak out. I'm with a celebrity, I'm with a hot chick, she got money. She's afraid that man that has less than her is gonna be living off, it's gonna be a parasite. They're gonna marry her for the money. They're gonna not for the money, they're gonna marry her and then try to finesse in a divorce. So I really don't blame her on that scale. But you also got to remember, Dr. Umar, let me go ahead and get back to Dr. Umar when he said that a a rich white woman will never marry a broke man. And I gotta say, and it got me thinking. And I'm saying to myself, well, sorry about that. I had to take a call. But yeah, as I was saying, in black society, everybody forgets that we have a bourgeois class, a black bourgeois class. Okay? We forgot about the Jack and Jill society where wealthy black men and women and their families only interact with other black wealthy families or black professionals. Okay? And I'm not talking about just no ordinary professional. I'm talking about a high level and high ranking professionals. That black woman that's in the black bourgeois class will never marry a pookie. Hell, she won't even marry me. They'll have sex with a pookie. They'll fuck around with a pookie. Just like that rich white woman. They'll fuck around with a black man that has nothing. That she will never marry him. She can fall in love with the man all she wants. But if she brings that black man around her people, she will be written out of the will. Case in point, let's talk about Meghan Markle, the mulatto sparkle. Okay? Let's talk about that bitch. That bitch got Prince Harry kicked out of the royal family. Okay? That's why that's why they both living in the United States or Canada somewhere in a hole somewhere, looking crazy. They must have told Prince Harry, said, get that half nigga bitch and your quarter nigga baby out of Buckingham, out of here. And that's what happened. They didn't leave. Who the fuck is gonna leave the royal family, knowing that he's gonna get paid $30 million a year from the taxpayers of England. That's why y'all paying so much goddamn high taxes, because you're funding these little lifestyles of these losers. Okay? That's essentially what you're doing. What they're doing out there. I don't give a fuck. I don't live there. I don't give a fuck. To give up your title, your title in the royal family, where you do nothing all day except travel the country, becoming a figure and making speeches and becoming a figurehead. That's all you're doing. But he fucked it up by marrying a nigger bitch. A half nigger bitch. I'm telling you, fellas, it's class. It has nothing to do with race. And I'm starting to think there's more class than race when it boils down to it. So, and I get that's where Sofia Vergara is saying that she would never date anybody that has less than her. And I get it. But she's an old bitch anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I don't think she's going to get married anytime soon. Who the fuck is going to marry her? I don't know. When you got billionaires are looking at 25, 26-year-old women to fuck with. Young, sweet smelling women that smell like strawberries when they open their legs. All right? That's who they're looking at. They're not looking at no Ben Gay smelling bitch, man. You out of your, you crazy? You out of your mind? And speaking of dumbass professional athletes, let me go ahead and talk about this dumb motherfucker, Travis Hunter. Now, he's a goofy. He's a goofy like me. I'm a goofy. I'm a goofball. All right? But he married the first girl that gave him some pussy. And that's what it boils down to. And I get it. But after a while, he's going to be on the road about all year long, unless the Jacksonville Jaguars make the playoffs. So he ain't going to be home most of the time. He's going to be home probably 3 months out of the year. Maybe 3, maybe 4, maybe 5 months out of the year. If he's lucky. Barring injury. That bitch hit the jackpot. I hate to say it. She got a lick. She got a lick off of this goofy. But that's his right. He's in love. Remember that phrase that Coach Greg Adams always said. Men are always in love. But women are always in business. They're always strategic. They're always in survival mode. Okay? That bitch hit a lick. Will it last? I don't know. Probably. I could be wrong. It could last. He might like it. They both might mature into the marriage. Who knows? But this goofball is going to get got. This gump. I hate to say it, he's a gump. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't get married at all. I just personally think he picked the wrong one. But that's not me. That's me looking in. I'm an outsider looking in. He may like it. I don't know. But he does look like a pussy when it comes to women. I mean, we all were. We all pussy whoop. We all were pussy whoop. We were all pussy struck when we were growing up. All I have to say to Travis Hunter, my brother, my dude, good luck to you and your girl and your nuptials last week. You're gonna need it. All right. So listen, let me go ahead and get the fuck up out of here. This is Talking Crazy 88. And I am out of. Oh, hold on. Shit. I saw my face, man. Shit. That's all right. I don't give a fuck. This is Talking Crazy 88, and I am out of here, people. And black folks, particularly black men, let's be careful out there, all right?